The sound of the heart monitor still echoes in my memory, even though months have passed. That slow, steady beep that I had clung to like a lifeline suddenly flattened into a silence, so loud it drowned out everything else. My husband, Michael, was gone. After 30 years together, the man who had been my partner, my anchor, my best friend, took his final breath one quiet evening in Dallas. Cancer had stolen him bit by bit, and though I had tried to prepare myself, nothing could have braced me for the hollowness that followed. Friends and neighbors came with casseroles and condolences. My sisters called every day, telling me to stay strong. But when the nights came, and the house settled into that unbearable stillness, I felt like I was breaking. I thought I'd have to carry the weight of grief alone. What I didn't expect was that my son, Daniel, would step into a role that neither of us could have predicted. Daniel was 22, fresh out of college. He'd always been a free spirit, the kind of young man who played guitar at midnight, laughed too loudly at his own jokes, and took spontaneous road trips with friends. I worried about him, like any mother would. I thought he wasn't ready for the real world yet, that he still had so much growing up to do. But after Michael's funeral, Daniel quietly packed a bag and moved back into the house. "Mom," he said gently, "I can't leave you here alone right now." I tried to protest. "You have your own life, your own dreams." He shook his head. "Right now my life is here. With you." Grief made simple things impossible. Some mornings, I couldn't even get out of bed. The thought of cooking dinner or paying bills felt overwhelming. That's when Daniel surprised me. He started making breakfast every morning. Nothing fancy, just scrambled eggs or toast, but it was enough to get me moving. He'd leave sticky notes around the house with little reminders. "Mom, don't forget to water the plants." Or, "Dinner at 7, I'm cooking tonight." One evening, I found him in the kitchen, surrounded by pots and pans, trying to recreate Michael's favorite chili recipe. It didn't taste quite the same, but the effort made me cry, not out of sadness, but out of gratitude. One night, we sat on the porch together. The air was heavy with the scent of magnolia blossoms, the kind Michael always loved. "Mom," Daniel said quietly, "I know you feel like everything's fallen apart. But you're not alone. You still have me." Tears blurred my vision. "I'm supposed to be the one taking care of you, not the other way around." He shook his head. "Dad would want me to take care of you. He'd want us to take care of each other." It was in that moment I realized, my son wasn't a boy anymore. He was a man. As weeks turned into months, Daniel kept stepping up in ways that astonished me. He learned how to fix the leaky faucet, something Michael had always handled. He took over mowing the lawn and repairing the squeaky gate. He even sat with me at the kitchen table, helping sort through insurance papers and finances, patiently reading the fine print I couldn't bear to face. When the water heater broke one morning, I panicked, ready to call an expensive repair service. But Daniel rolled up his sleeves, watched a few tutorials, and fixed it himself. I looked at him in awe. "Where did you learn to do all this?" He grinned. "Dad taught me more than you realized." Despite his strength, Daniel had his own grief. I caught him late at night once, sitting in the living room with Michael's old guitar. His head was bowed, and his fingers strummed softly on the strings, as if trying to summon his father's presence. I sat beside him quietly. "You miss him too," I whispered. "Every day," Daniel admitted. "But when I play his guitar, I feel like he's here with me." We sat there together, the music filling the silence, and for the first time, I realized we weren't just mother and son. We were two people walking the same road of loss, holding each other up when we stumbled. Over time, Daniel brought light back into the house. He convinced me to go on evening walks with him around the neighborhood. He teased me into watching silly comedies with him, just to hear me laugh again. He even started cooking Sunday dinners, inviting Emma and Josh, his cousins, to join us, turning lonely nights into family gatherings. I had thought life was over after Michael, but Daniel reminded me it wasn't. It was different, yes. Painful, yes. But it wasn't over. One afternoon, I found myself watching Daniel from the kitchen window. He was out in the yard, teaching Josh how to throw a baseball. His laughter echoed through the air, and the sunlight caught in his hair just so. And it hit me, he had become so much like his father. Not in looks, but in the way he cared. The way he stepped up. The way he loved without asking for anything in return. I didn't expect this from him. I thought he was too young, too carefree, too untested. But he had proven me wrong in the best possible way. Months later, when Daniel finally decided to move into his own apartment, I thought I would feel lost again. But instead, I felt proud. "Mom," he said as he packed his things, "you're stronger than you think. But if you ever need me for anything, I'll be here." And I believed him. Because he had already shown me he meant it. Now, whenever I think back on those dark days after Michael passed, I remember the boy I thought I knew and the man he revealed himself to be. I didn't expect my son to carry me through my grief. I didn't expect him to step into his father's shoes with such quiet strength. I didn't expect him to remind me how to live when I thought life was over. But he did. And because of him, I learned that love doesn't end when someone we love is gone. It continues, through memories, through actions, and sometimes through the unexpected strength of a child who becomes our rock.